what's up guys, it's Kieran. Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I hope you're going into this decade feeling happy and positive. I personally love this time of year because it's such a good opportunity for a fresh start, to create new goals and resolutions, and that's exactly what this video is. I originally wasn't going to film this because my goals are quite personal to me. However, I then decided, no, I am going to film this. I'm going to upload it for the whole internet and you guys to see, because this is what's going to keep me accountable. This time next year I'm going to review this video and I'm going to check off every single one of my goals. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's just get into it. So I tend to categorize my goals, and then within each goal I give myself 2 or 3 actionable steps to take to actually achieve that goal. Because I think if you set yourself a goal, it's all well and good, but if you don't make it actionable, you're never going to achieve it. So my 4 categories are work and career, but for me that's more academics, so medical school and uni work, that kind of thing. The next category is personal, then health and well-being, and lastly relationships. So starting off with work and career, my first and most important goal is for me to pass the 3rd year of medical school without taking any resits. And the ways by which I'm going to achieve this are, firstly, I'm going to actually go to placement every single day, because last time I got quite lazy with it and I don't think I've realised how much you actually learn and absorb in the clinical environment. So that's one step I'm going to take towards achieving that goal. Secondly, I am going to make a conscious effort to do 25 practice questions every single day. And lastly, I'm going to make an effort to actually review everything that I've done that day at placement. So I'm going to come home from placement and spend 1 or 2 hours just going over everything, making notes, actually trying to absorb the information rather than just be lazy or watch Netflix. So my second goal is quite broad, but it is to improve my general knowledge, because I think it's all well and good knowing about the field you're in. For me, I'm in medical school and I like to think I know a decent amount about medicine and the body. However, I don't really know a lot about what's going on in the world. I don't really like the feeling of being trapped in my little bubble and feeling quite self-absorbed when there is so much going on. So in light of that, I'm going to make a conscious effort to read 1 newspaper article a day. I'm also going to watch 1 documentary a month. I started this last year. This is one of my 2019 goals, and I actually really liked it because I was someone that always thought documentaries are really boring, but if you pick the right one, then it's actually really interesting. Lastly, I'm going to read 6 books this year. If you watched my 2019 goals video, you'll know that I set myself the goal of reading 24 books in 2019. It was never gonna happen. I think I read like 3 or 4 books last year, and it was just completely unattainable and unrealistic. So this year, 6 books is 1 every 2 months. I think that's completely manageable. So yeah, moving on to my personal goals. I want to reach 300 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. I have slowly been rising up this year, so I'm basically just going to continue everything that I've been doing. I'm going to upload consistently once a week and really put a lot of effort into my editing. My 4th goal is to actually start a podcast, and I don't want to do it because it's the trendy thing to do right now. I really want to do it because I love my YouTube channel. I love filming what's going on in my life, but I think sometimes I have more to offer. The reason that I'm in medical school and want to be a doctor is the cliched reason of I want to help people, and as much as I love entertaining people with my vlogs and stuff, I think I have a lot more to say, and I think the way I'm going to do that is by creating a platform for a podcast. So I'll still talk about medical school and productivity tips and that kind of thing, but I also want to talk about mental health and physical health and just important things that I think need to be said. So I understand I've already got a lot on my plate, so I'm not going to force myself to try and upload a podcast once a week. I'm going to aim for once every 2 weeks, and to help myself do this, I'm going to pre-record episodes and pre-plan them and just be a lot more efficient with my time. My 5th goal is to be more minimalistic in my everyday life. I've noticed that I just own a lot of things that aren't really a necessity. So I want to work on decluttering basically my entire life throughout the year and only owning things that I actually need. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to stop buying fast fashion items, control myself a little bit more when I go shopping. If I need anything, I will buy only what I need rather than things that will go out of fashion within a month or two. And that leads perfectly on to my next goal, which is to be more sensible with my money. I am extremely bad at budgeting, and that really needs to change. Every single term I tell myself I'm going to budget and stick to it, and I never do. So this is the year that happens, and the reason that's going to happen is because I've given myself an incentive. By the end of the year, I want to have saved enough money to buy myself a new camera, because I love the camera that I film on at the moment, but it's actually my parents, and I would love to be able to give that back to them and own a camera that I bought myself and I can film on. And so that is my incentive. By the end of this year, I will be buying myself a Canon G7X Mark II. I know, classic. Every single vlogger has one, but what can I say? I'm basic. Moving on to health and well-being, be more confident in my body. I am not going to put any numbers to this. I understand that you should quantify your goals to make them more attainable. However, I don't think it's healthy to be weighing yourself on the scales every single week. So I'm going to go by how I feel. By the end of this year, I want to feel better within myself and feel more confident in the clothes that I wear, just all in all feel good. So the ways in which I'm going to do that are by continuing to work out 3 to 5 times a week. I got into a really good routine in 2019 of doing this, and not only does it benefit my physical health, but it really helps with my mental health. I find that if I skip more than 2 days in a row of going to the gym, then my mood actually becomes lower. So yeah, I'm just going to continue being consistent with exercising, and I'm also going to make a conscious effort with my diet. I'm going to start a new kind of regime of eating really healthy and cleanly on the weekdays, and then being just a little bit less strict with myself on the weekend. So say if I'm craving cheesy chips on a Wednesday, I'm going to wait until Saturday, and if I'm still craving those cheesy chips, then fine, I will have them. But Monday to Friday, I will not be touching anything that is unhealthy. I think that that's going to create a good balance within my life. My 8th goal goes along with that goal, and that is to prioritise my mental health and well-being. Last year I got into quite a good routine of journaling, but I really want to make an effort to journal every day this year. And by that I mean I want to write out everything that I'm feeling and thinking in that moment, because I find that as soon as I write out everything that's in my mind and put it onto paper, it's a weight lifted off my shoulders. I find that my mind is a lot less clouded, and I worry and overthink a lot less throughout the day. And then the second part to my journaling is I write 3 things I'm grateful for, because as soon as you realise how much you have in your life to appreciate, you automatically become a little bit happier, in my opinion. And thirdly, I write down 3 affirmations or things that I like about myself. And like I said, that goes very much hand in hand with being more confident within my own body, because I think that in today's day and age and in our generation, we find it very hard to accept compliments and to accept that we have good things about ourselves, or at least I do, and it just gets to the point where you get a little bit tired of disliking yourself. So 2020 is the year to stop that for me. I think this year is just a year to be more positive about myself and just about the world. So along with kind of all of my health and wellness goals, I just want to add in that I'm going to be drinking a lot less alcohol, if not none at all. Just because I find that, yeah, you can have a good time when you've had a couple of drinks, but the next day you have to deal with a horrible hangover, and for me, I'm never productive when I'm hungover, which means that I've literally just wasted a day in my week. And also a couple days after I've had a few drinks, I tend to get really sad, and that's just no good for my mental health. And so I think that at least for now it would be a good idea to just stop for a while. So lastly, on to relationships. My 9th goal is to prioritise my family more, and by that I mean that me and my brothers all live in different areas of the UK, and my parents are back home in Oxford, and so we don't get to see each other that much, and because we're all so busy, we don't get to speak to each other that much. So I'm going to make an effort to set aside some time every single week, probably on a Sunday because most people are free on a Sunday, to FaceTime one member of my family. So say this week I'll FaceTime my mum, and then next week I'll FaceTime my brother, and then the week after that my dad, and then the week after that my sister, etc. And lastly, my 10th goal is to learn to balance my relationship with the rest of my life a little bit better. I'm definitely an all or nothing type of gal, but last term I kind of realised that it's no good putting all of your time and energy into one aspect of your life when you've got 10 other things to be thinking about. So that definitely leads into my overall theme of this year, which is balance and learning to manage my time efficiently. I understand I have a lot on my plate and I've set myself quite a lot of goals for this year, but in my opinion they're all reachable, they're all manageable, and they're all attainable as long as I am productive and efficient with my time. And I know how I can do this. Going along with basically all of my goals, I'm setting myself the challenge to only watch one episode of Netflix a day, and that'll be when I'm eating my dinner and I just want to switch off for an hour. Because I found that last time I got really lazy, I would come home from placement and I would use the excuse that I was tired, so I would start watching Netflix and I would always be in bed and then I would fall asleep, but then it would mess up my sleep schedule, so I'd be tired the next day, and it was just an ongoing cycle of feeling tired and lazy, and that is no good because I have too many things to do to be doing that. So that is just the overriding theme of this year. It's balance and time management and less Netflix. So that is it for my goals and for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did then please subscribe for more because I've got lots of exciting videos coming up for 2020. And other than that, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!